Yo, what up? It's JSU. Look, for today's video, I want to talk about this quarterback situation, sports outlets, also a recap on the Green Bay Packers. So let's get into it. Look, not also me, but other sports outlets is very optimistic with Bryce Young. Now, according to PFF, they have given him an 84.3 rating and he's fifth among quarterbacks. Now, for me being optimistic about Bryce Young is because if it wasn't CJ Stroud, I wanted Bryce Young in. The roster, it is what it is. Me knowing that we had holes on the roster, you can't put all the blame on one position. You can give them partial of the blame, but not all. Now, Bryce Young will take accountability of holding the ball for too long, not really giving his wide receivers any time to contest the football. He also has been throwing yards ahead of his receivers for the past weeks or so, but PFF has been giving him, I believe it's a mid but not mediocre rating when it comes to quarterback, and he's fifth. So when you break down the whole aspect of Bryce Young, his weapons, his running backs, his tight ends, whatever, that'll help him develop or help the game that he's in, if he can compete or not, if he's gonna swim or sink during that game. But so far, his wide receiver room, mediocre. Shout out to the old veteran, Adam Thielen. And I'm starting to hate that fans are saying that Bryce Young didn't have better receivers, which is cap. He has two Pro Bowl receivers, whether you like it or not. DJ Chark was a Pro Bowler. Adam Thielen is a Pro Bowler. All you got to do is do your history. Now, if you're fanned out, shame on you. Shame on you. Because you're not trying to hear no one opinion about Bryce Young. You don't want to see facts. You don't even want to hear facts. You just want to keep nitpicking and finger pointing at certain things around him when we all know that. Like, there's no secret about that. But what you should do is hear people out and agree. Stop being fanned out. You know, that wouldn't make your season any better than you being fanned out. I'm not fanned out about no player on the Carolina Panthers. I love J.C. Horn. Can he stay healthy? No. Is he reliable when healthy? Yes. Top 5. He's a lockdown cornerback. Majority of the time, I don't like him because I'm in fantasy and he's stopping my damn wide receivers getting the ball. But, man, I love J.C. Horn. That's like my favorite player since Luke Kuechly. We all know how that went down. And, man, it sucks not having him. We have so many holes on both sides of the ball that Evero, I got to give him his flowers. Outside of the Avengers, he has been the only one that stepped up. With injuries and his players going out early or mid in the season, he still got us top 10. So shout outs to him. I don't know if we can contain him for next season. I don't know if he even accept David Tepper and his BS. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't even care how big of a bag it is. I'm not no ass kisser. You know, I would never stick around where I'm not needed or appreciated. But shout out to those ones that love ass kissing and, you know, would never get enough. You can't see life without being an ass kisser. I digress. It's Bryce Young, our quarterback. At this point, we have no choice. Like, that is our quarterback. What we need to do moving forward is, me personally, I would give DJ Chark a 2-year contract. He's creating chemistry with Bryce Young late in the season. He was missing, we all know how many games DJ Chark missed. We all know how many games he was in the game, and we know he was even there. Damn near remind me of Shaq Thompson. So it sucks that players want to come along late in the season. I don't know if it's they want a new contract. I don't know why they can't stay consistent. I'm not saying DJ Chark is a number 1 receiver. He's not even a 2. But when they're creating chemistry with a quarterback, you will want to keep that. So I'm willing to give DJ Chark a 2-year contract. After that, he got to go. And the reason why I'm giving him 2 years is because, 1, he's creating chemistry. 2, we hardly even have any draft picks. We won't get right till 2025, in my opinion, with the draft picks. If we don't decide to trade up and give away future draft picks, we got to stop doing that. Scott Fitterer should not be the general manager next year. I'm tired of him. Learning his history and his background, he's never been a general manager. This is his first time being a general manager, and he has done horribly. I will put him last at every GM that Carolina has ever had. And that's sad because I'm not a fan of any of them, really. But our wide receiver core, mediocre. Running back room, mid. Tight end, mediocre. It just sucks to see this season unravel this way. But I'm not surprised. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I walked away from the team to keep my sanity, and I walked away from a few things to keep my sanity and my character. But yeah, man, Bryce Young is getting love from sports outlets. Shout out to him. The 2 games that I would give him flowers for and what I could see a future with Bryce Young is the Green Bay Packer game and the Miami Dolphin. Now, after the Miami Dolphin game, I said to myself, if he can show this every week, because we already know how the roster look. We already know how his weapons are. Mediocre. They're not mid or good or great or elite. Mediocre. Only one showed up is Adam Thielen the whole season. But he's a veteran, and you got to replace him sooner or later. Yeah, for the past 2 weeks and after that Dolphins game, I see some light. You know, the darkness is getting some type of light. Just that one little area of light is hope. And no telling how he'll look next year or the year after. But we have to keep certain weapons and protection around Bryce Young because we didn't do it for Cam. Cam got DJ Moore like in his not late in his prime, but somewhere in his prime, and CMC was there, so he really couldn't use DJ Moore efficiently due to CMC having the offense ran through him. So on to the Green Bay Packer game. Bryce Young threw for 36 times and only hit for 23. The ESPN showing he threw for 296. He has yet to collapse a 300-yard game or back-to-back 300. If I stand incorrect, please do so right down in the comments below. If he threw for 300 yards a game this season. 33-3, took that L. By far, Bryce Young has had 2 great games this season. I stated here early was the Miami Dolphin game and this Green Bay Packer game. As always, it's not much to talk about. You know, a lot of us, we want to appreciate wins, but we don't really break down what happened in the game. This offense, it moves when he moves, all right? We already know the protection. We know the weapons. We know how Bryce Young, when he do have time in the pocket, he hold it way too long. Shout out to DJ Chark for stepping up this week. He's been pretty much Mario Ghost the whole season. He finally wanted to show off late in the season. Last I heard, he was dealing with an elbow injury, him sitting out. And for me, I can't accept that. No telling how it actually feels. None of that matters when I see Thomas Davis make sure he's in the Super Bowl game with a broken arm. Stitched up, all that, looking like a football. Shout out to Thomas Davis, man. It takes a man to play through pain, even put his pain aside while dealing with it, just to play with his guys. DJ Chark, I do want to re-sign you for 2 years, but stuff like that has to get better. It has to. And the only reason why I want you to stick around, like I stated earlier, is because you're creating chemistry with Bryce Young late in the season, and you will never want to walk away from that with a young quarterback. It's not much to go about with this recap because we all seen the game. We all know the ins and outs of the Carolina Panthers. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. That was today's video. It's a lot to discuss moving forward. For me, if you build around Bryce Young, give him speed, and he finally find a rhythm where he can trust his receiver or trust himself, because a lot of the times the receivers are open. He just hold on to the ball for too long. But for me, there's a light there. I don't know if being a future quarterback for us. But man, y'all write down below how y'all feel about Bryce Young up until this point. Is all the blame on Bryce Young, or you're very optimistic? We all know the bumps and bruises with this roster, and it wasn't built correctly. So let's just state the fact. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all continue to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.